7:36 a.m. KFYO Mornings with Dave King and Matt Martin. And here we are again, and it is Thursday at 7:36, which can only mean one thing. It's time for the Car Pro. Good morning, Jerry. Is it cold in Dallas today?
You know, it's not bad at all. We're in the low 50s. We've got a lot of rain expected the next couple of days and dropping tempetters. But
we got freezing rain and sleet and snow here expected tomorrow.
Yeah, boy, you guys better be careful out there. I wish you had what I was driving because it would do pretty well in that kind of weather. I've got the Jeep Renegade this week. This is the Trailhawk edition, which is the top of the line in this vehicle, and it is got a terrific four-wheel drive system, something y'all could use out there. Only problem with this vehicle is the color. I don't know if you guys saw the picture or not.
Lime green.
Yeah, boy, I tell you, I love the vehicle. I've always liked the Renegade. It is terrific for the money. This one, completely loaded with dual sunroofs, is $33,000 on the window sticker, and it's really well equipped. And that's before any discounts or rebates or any of that kind of stuff. But good grief, this color! I took one look at it and I thought, oh, I really don't want to spend a week in this vehicle with this color. But I'm doing it. I'm sticking it out. And that's what you got to do. Some weeks are better than others when you review cars. But the vehicle itself is spectacular. Somebody's looking for a compact SUV that's really capable off-road and really enjoyable on-road. This thing is fantastic. It really is.
So you said that this was the higher end of it. Do you ever get like the lower end vehicles to check out, the ones that aren't full of amenities?
You know, it's pretty rare. I think the manufacturers think if they send you something that's really well equipped that you'll give it a better review. You know, my thing has always been, send me your best seller. Send me the package that sells the best, which is seldom the highest priced one, of course. But they don't listen. They send you, they order these things specifically for the press, and they load them up. Why they ordered this one in this color, I have no idea. I kind of wonder if maybe somebody ordered it by mistake, because there's no way this thing is just going to turn so many people off. And if it were white or red or blue, this thing would be gorgeous. It's got really nice wheels. It's got nice lines, fog lights in the front. One thing about this Renegade that's kind of fun is Jeep at least has some imagination. The enthusiasts call them Easter eggs. But what happens, what Jeep does is they hide these little things all around the vehicle, and you got to hunt for them and find them. It's little things like when you open the gas flap, there's a spider there that's built into the plastic that surrounds the where you put the gas in, the filler neck.
Yeah.
Little Jeep symbols everywhere that you look. There's a old Jeep Wrangler silhouette built into the windshield going up a hill. It's just kind of fun. I don't want to give them all away because people who buy these Renegades really get into this and get online and post what they found. But it's kind of fun. Breaks up some of the monotony,
Yeah. Yeah, I think nowadays people love stuff like that.
Oh, they do.
They put it in a lot of things. So
yeah, and this group of Jeep enthusiasts really is a club. There's all sorts of forums online for Renegade owners to converse with each other. It's kind of fun.
So is there any new news as far as the GM announcement that they're going to close down everything in North America? I know that last week we said they had one of the best years ever last year, but they're still looking at closing all this stuff down.
Yeah, and Mary Barra's on Capitol Hill today. She's going to get barbecued up there.
Who's that, Jerry?
Mary Barra, the CEO of General Motors. She's having to testify. They've called her up to talk about these plant closures and the reasons for them. And President Trump is pushing them hard to find places for these workers in their other plants so that they're not all displaced. It's just been a PR nightmare for them all week long. They just keep getting hammered and drilled, and people bringing back up, hey, we bailed you out with $13 billion, and now look what you've done, and there's no reason for this. And so we'll see what she says today when she testifies, but I got a feeling it's going to be pretty ugly.
Yeah, that's probably going to be ugly for a while.
Jerry, when Trump was saying that we were continuing to give pay General Motors, are they doing that in cash or in tax reductions or what?
Yeah, it's not just General Motors. I mean, there's a $7,500 federal tax credit that you get when you buy an electric or a hybrid car, and in some of the states will add to that. California puts another $2,500 on top of that, which makes my point all along is you've got $7,500 coming from the government for buying one of these cars, and it's still less than 1% of the market. And
right.
President Trump likes to, say, hey, I could suspend this for General Motors, and he could, obviously. Doubt that he will, but it's a good threat. It just underlies we're closing 5 plants, and we're taking that money and sinking it into a technology that we don't know that there's a market for.
There's only 1% of the market are going
but Jerry,
for
has
right
anyone really put a pencil to electric cars? I mean, when you charge them up, you're using electricity that was probably generated by natural gas or oil or whatever. So, do they really make sense?
It typically costs about $1.50 a day to charge an electric car fully, and so monetarily, for the upcharge that you have to pay, and then the electricity charge, and then, if these things do eventually take off, what do you do with the batteries when they go bad? Those things have got to be stored somewhere, and underground because they've got acid in them and they'll leak, and they'll eventually get into the water system. I mean, there's so many questions about these things. If you've got a fairly short commute, an electric car today could make sense for you because you're never going to visit a gas station ever again if you've got a short commute. But my concern has always been, you get home one day and you think you'll charge your car, but then you get a phone call and something's happened. Somebody got hurt in a car wreck, your spouse, your kid, whatever, and you need to go across town and you haven't prepared for it, and you can't go. I mean, there is an end to this. That's why I've always thought hybrids were a better.
You have a backup plan. It's like a backup plan.
Yeah,
plan B.
You can go cross country with it if you want to.
So
just not all electricity.
See, I kind of equate the electric car with windmills. These electric windmills that they're doing. I mean, I think it's such a boondoggle long term. If you think the whole process out, they just don't make any sense. And the taxpayers having to subsidize these things as they are subsidizing electric cars. Well, anyway, interesting talk this morning, Jerry. But we got to go. We want to remind you that you're on here on KFYO every Saturday from 11 to 1, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And you are at carprousa.com is your website to learn more.
Yeah, this week we'll be coming to you from the Fort Worth Auto Show. So
good.
That'll be fun. We'll be giving you reports on what we see there.
Okay, Jerry. Got to run.
Thanks, guys.
See you next week.